Hello and welcome to the South Campus Pool House. We are here with an edition of LT Girls Water Polo. This time the LT Lions will be taking on York. Was an interesting last game, Kendall. You were there. You can attest for this one. This went really long, but now LT is back again in front of their home crowd. What does this home crowd do coming off of a win like we saw?
Well, for last week, definitely we saw some intense gameplay. We ended up going into overtime actually 4 times, which just shows the amount of skill that both teams possess during that game. So I don't necessarily know if this game's going to go the same direction, but if LT is going to show the same type of intensity and power that they put in the last game, we can definitely see some intense gameplay, getting into maybe the tens of points, like the JV team. So very interesting game we're going to see in the future.
And what would you say would be the important notes to stress about this game? York, as we were seeing in the warm-ups, it looks like their goalie is pretty, ready for tonight. So what would you say are the key things to hone in on?
Well, in the last varsity game that we saw with LT and York, no, not with Mother McCullen, we saw that Mother McCullen had a very strong goalie that actually blocked a majority of the balls that LT had tried to score on. And so LT had worked to get closer and closer to the goal, and that was the same objective of the other team as well. And in this game, if they want to try to improve on their scoring techniques, what LT really needs to focus on is making sure that they get more of their players closer to the goal, because in the last game we saw with varsity, a lot of their players kind of formed a circle around the goal, and that didn't allow for many players to get close enough, so they had to take those long shots that were at more high angles or weren't fast enough to get past the goalie, and those were blocked the majority of the time. So that's, in my opinion, what is going to need to be worked on.
All right, very well said. The game is officially underway. LT has the ball right now. They're going to look to pass it around right now. Forcing their way inside. York really wants to play a physical game. There's a shot and a save. Good save by York. Now they're going to look to get started. York with it now, pushing inside. A pass inside, and that one's taken by LT. A little bit bobbled here, but the goalie has it. And she will throw it out.
Wet pass, cuppa number 3.
LT with it.
And, like I was kind of saying in my opening monologue, seeing a little bit of the thing that I was predicting, where there weren't any players really close enough to give a strategic pass. So that's kind of an indication of something that LT is going to need to work on. But we're looking right here, York is kind of working on that strategy as well, where they actually have players close, making those, even though they're at an angle, it doesn't provide much of a vantage point of a good shot. They are working on that better than LT at this point.
Yeah, it seems like York really wants to play a very physical game of let's get the ball inside and really try to force the issue on offense. As you saw, LT made a pass. That one hit the crossbar above the net, and that one's deflected off. We remain scoreless with 5 minutes and 30 seconds left to go in this first period. York trying to force it inside. They're going to get a pass out to the right. They're going to dump in there. They're going to pass it back out. There's a shot and a save.
A nice long shot on the part of York.
There's a deep pass.
Nearly caught by York.
And they're going to give York possession here. A little bit of a penalty. York has it now at the almost the right corner, the bottom right corner. York has it. There's a little cross crease there. That didn't quite work. LT with it. There's a long pass to the top left.
LT getting very close to the goalpost, but still missing just barely as York was able to block that pass.
It was a very close pass. York's goalie took a chance trying to go out and get that one. She did, and she got it out to the LT goal. And there is a shot and a score. Put one up for York. It's the first score of the game. With 4 minutes and 17 seconds left in the first period, York leads by 1.
Seeing some interesting gameplay here. LT, contrary to what I was thinking, actually worked a lot on their strategy, making sure they got those players closer to the goal. So that shows adaptation on the part of LT, which should help them further to gain back the point that they lost against York.
Yeah, York has the ball right now. They're going to shift it back to the middle, but LT comes away with a steal. They're going to give it back to their goalie. They're going to launch it out to the top left, and then they're going to shoot it, and there's a save. York's defense has been pretty good. They've been able to really just suffocate these shot opportunities, and their goalie saves the attempts that they get by. There's another attempt. That was close. That was off the post.
A bit too much of an arc on that shot, which is a type of throw that you really want to reserve for when you're either closer to the goal or when the goalie is in a place where it's for a fact open. Because slower moving
There's
balls,
a steal by LT. Sorry to cut you off there, but there's a breakaway. LT getting close. There's a shot and off the crossbar. And then another one. Shot and a score. LT ties this one up as we get to the, I don't know, around the midpoint of the first period.
Yep, the type of gameplay that's going to help either York or LT gain the advantage at this point, with both of them tied.
York now with it. Pushing inside. Some quick passes from the top to bottom of your screen there. There's a pass on the inside. LT's there. They come with the steal. A bit of a jawing back and forth.
Yes, definitely have to say that the goalie is one of the most crucial parts of the game, really, because when it all comes down to it, they're the focal point for the defense and the offense for when either they're receiving passes or...
LT trying to move inside. There's a shot and a good save.
Or
York.
get it into the goal.
Yeah, York now with it. Gonna pass down. York fighting at the bottom of your screen. They're gonna flip it up, and LT will come in and intercept it.
Great steal on the part of LT.
And there's a pass. Somehow LT comes away with it.
Yeah,
Still fighting. There's a pass. The top and
with the goalie out of the post. Yep.
That's a penalty. They interfered with the shot. LT will keep possession. Centering it. There's another pass. There's a shot off the crossbar.
Yeah, definitely those angle shots are the best ones you want to take when the goalie isn't in the center position.
Here's York. Pushing up. There's a pass to the center. Then there's a shot that's way up over the crossbar. LT will take possession. We are 1 minute and 10 seconds left in this first period. It's like LT is moving inside there at the top of your screen, moving down towards the goal. There's a pass on the inside.
And goalie gains possession of the ball.
The York's goalie just comes away with it. Under 50 seconds now, 45 seconds left in this first period. LT could come away with it, and they do. LT likes to give it back to their goalie. 35 seconds now under. Gonna pass it. 30 seconds left. Moving inside. 25. I'm gonna try to get a quick shot off before the period ends. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. They're going to call a quick stoppage. 7 seconds left on the shot clock. Here we go, 5. And there's a shot. They're going to try to eke it back out. Now with 10 seconds, York with it.
Now
To get back up. 5 seconds left. And there's a shot, and
Oh.
it goes.
Excellent long shot. Nearly halfway from the center of the pool. Great shot on par of York.
It was incredible. York now leads 2-1, and this first period is over. It was a very, very exciting last goal there by York. That's got to be crushing for LT right now.
Yeah, because in the sports such as water polo, I know I kind of covered this topic in the last game. A 2-point or 1-point lead in water polo can be anywhere from like a 5-point lead to another sport, just simply due to the pacing of the game and the difficulties of actually getting the score on the goalie.
Yeah, and we're seeing right now York is really controlling the physicality of the game. LT has been trying to play a more finesse game. You see a lot of those inside lead passes towards the goal. But York is really just having their way on the inside, and it shows.
Definitely a true statement. Now, what I've been seeing for a lot of the wet passes that have been made during the course of this game is that for a lot of the players, they have either a York defender or a LT defender on them. And what a lot of the offensive players would do is that they'd pass it slightly past them so that it allows them to get over to the ball and take it and make the other pass, which I think is a great strategy that I didn't really get a lot of in the last game that I had covered. So seeing a lot of adaptation and strategy used by LT. And York also, with the way that they defend, as you stated, increasing, make sure that they have control of their side of the pool.
And 25 seconds left in this break. I'm just going to quickly ask you what you think the sort of keys to the second period are.
LT is going to need to make sure that they take advantage of the position of the goalie because they have the shots down. They've definitely improved on how they approach the goal and have their defenders in the area. So definitely want to keep up that strategy and improve the way that they shot the balls and just more getting around the defense of York and vice versa in a way.
Here we go, second period underway, and LT will come away with it to begin. LT trying to force their way inside. York is already getting up in their face right now on the defensive end. There's a shot and a score.
Shot on the part of LT.
Now LT ties it up in the very early goings of this second period. 6 minutes and 45 seconds to be exact. So not even waiting that half a minute. They're going to get right into it. And LT with a steal now. They could go up by 2. They're going to give it back to their goalie to assess the situation. There's a pass. Now LT moving inside the top of your screen, now moving down. It appears that pass was blocked, and York's goalie will take it now.
Seeing a lot of tough decisions that these defenders have to make when passing.
Great defensive play by LT. They forced the turnover, and now they have the ball. LT, a quick breakaway opportunity here. They lose the ball, but it will appear that there was a little bit of a roughing penalty, and LT will take it. LT passing the ball over to the center. 5 seconds left on the shot clock. They're going to take a whip at it.
And overshot into the next pool.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely something that you want to look out for when you make those shots with all that amount of speed and power, is that you have an accurate target that you're looking for. and not just making the shot.
York with it at the bottom of your screen. They're going to move up.
Great
LT
block on
with
the
a
part of LT's defense.
yeah, it was a great defensive play that results in an LT turnover. They get the ball now. Quick pass down to the bottom left. Now moving up. There's a quick shot, looked to be a little bit muffed, and York will take it. Looked to be a little possible penalty, no call from the refs. York with the ball. Now passing it over. LT really getting up in their faces defensively. York with a turnover, a shot, and a score.
Like I said, taking advantage of the position of the goalie is something that you really want to capitalize in games such as water polo, because it makes all the difference when you make those shots.
York now has 3 to LT's 2. 4 minutes and 24 seconds left.
Still a decent amount of time for LT to make the catch up.
Now we still have the rest of this period and 2 more.
Also still an amount of time for York to strengthen up their points, get the advantage over LT.
LT with it, there's a shot. That one's a little bit off. York will take it. York now with it, with the ball. They will pass it inside, and already LT comes away with it. York still fighting for it, however. They will give it to York. York with a shot, and that one is
Great
blocked.
block on a part of 1A, LT's goalie.
LT will pass it forward. LT moving inside. They're going to give a quick pass on the inside. There's a quick shot, and that one is blocked.
Now, in your opinion, Steven, do you think it's a good thing that they're taking all these long shots, or do you think they need to work more on getting close up to the goalie? Because they've both proven that they're able to do both.
Well, I mean, it's really faking out the goalie with the variety of your shot selections. You want, to challenge them on a good number of angles. They should focus on trying to get closer to see if they can catch them in those one-on-one situations. But just take what works, really. York with it. They're going to pass it back out. Passing it back in.
Yeah,
Pass.
slide overshoot.
York passing it back over. LT's there, and they came up with a turnover.
LT with possession of the ball.
The goalie will toss it back over. They're going to get a quick pass inside. York there and fighting for it. Now they have it. 2 minutes and 10 seconds left in the second period. York with the ball. The stoppage. It appears to be a timeout called by York. They want to talk this over. Kendall, what have you really noticed has been going on here? York leads 3-2. We have 1 minute and 57 seconds left in the period. Obviously, still a lot of time for LT to make up this goal. But what do you think has been going on, and what would be your keys to shortening this deficit and maybe even taking the lead?
Well, LT's definitely been widening the variety of shots they've been able to take, whether it be short, long, from a left angle, right angle. And that's kind of made it not necessarily difficult for the goalie on the part of York to take, but it's made it challenging. And that also goes for LT's goalie, where we've seen them be able to make long shots like as we saw earlier, from halfway across the court, and those made it, as well as short shots, those making it, giving York an advantage within the last couple periods that we've seen. So I think the conversations that's going on for both the coaches is definitely going to want to address that, make sure that they overcome those challenges. And for defense, I think they both have that covered. LT has shown that they've been able to get their opponents down in the right places to receive the passes, as well as York capitalizing on a good strategy they have also been using. So as LT finishes up talking to their teammates, I think that they're definitely going to make a couple changes in the strategies they've been using.
Indeed, indeed. Very well said. York will start out with the ball. They're going to look to get very close to LT's net here and try to put themselves up by 2. There's a pass. Good passing up and down. There's a shot off the post. 1 minute and 30 seconds left. LT is moving up. They're going to look to try and tie this before it goes into halftime. Very good offensive play to keep York off of it. Score is 3-2 in favor of the York Dukes. York with the ball.
Great block on the part of York's goalies. I want to point that out.
And we're getting close to a minute, and there's a shot and a score by York. They are now up 2. Score is now 4-2.
Yes, as I stated earlier, York having near mastery over their ability to make those long shots at this point in the game. Because a lot of them, they don't necessarily come from high, like arm's reach distance from the goalie. A lot of them roll off the water and into the goal is what I've been seeing a lot. But they don't just roll slowly, they quickly roll in the water, almost like skipping a rock in a way.
LT with the ball now. 40 seconds left. LT trying to get inside and try to put this back within 1. LT with it, 28 seconds left. 13 on the shot clock, rather. There's a shot and a score, just lifted it up over the goalie, and we are back within 1 with 22 seconds left.
LT capitalizing on their ability to make those short shots. Definitely a strategy that's making the game a lot better for them. York still leads 4, LT 3. 20 seconds left on the clock.
York with the ball, pushing inside 15 seconds. There's a pass over. LT has the ball with 10 seconds left. 5 seconds. York with it, and we are now headed to halftime. Score is York 4, LT 3. Kendall, you've had a lot to say about these past few minutes. What do you have to say right now?
Right now, they're going to need to focus on maintaining their strategies because they've all worked. They've adapted to the situation, and it is what LT and York both need to continue succeeding in this game.
All right. Well, it is now halftime. We will join you at the beginning of the third period. You are watching LTTV. We are getting set for the second. York leads 4-3, but LT came back at the end and put it back within 1. Kendall, what do you think that LT needs to do to shorten this lead and tie it and get the lead themselves?
LT is definitely going to need to capitalize on their offensive strategies at this point in the game because a lot of what they have has been working for them over the last 3 periods. So definitely is going to need to adapt to whatever situations York has been thinking because, like LT, they've also been changing their strategies to match the situation.
York starts out with the ball. They will bring it over. The stoppage, there's a quick shot and a quick score for York. They are now up by 2 again. Score is 5-3 again. 9 seconds in. We've seen some pretty quick goals from the start of these periods.
Yes, definitely with the fast-paced game as water polo is, it's not uncommon to see points being scored that quickly.
LT with the turnover, now they have it. Some quick passes back and forth. LT, and with it they will call a penalty. Now York will take it. York with a pass from their goalie. Now they are bringing it down. LT now with the turnover. They're bringing it inside.
Looks as if LTs might just have
quick
a
move and a shot and a great block by York.
LT almost had an open opportunity at that point with none of the York defenders around.
But they'd have it. Looks like York committed a penalty, and now they have it. Quick shot inside. Pass, a shot, and a score. Back within 1.
Great shot on the part of LT. York now with possession of the ball, making their way over to the LT's defense. A lot of quick passing between the players. Good strategy for getting their way quickly around the defenders for LT's goal post.
Yeah, York has it close to LT's net. They're passing it back and around. They're going to give it to LT. LT looking to tie the game up at 5. York leads 5-4. 5 minutes, under 5 minutes and 30 seconds left. There's a shot and a score, and suddenly, now this game is tied.
With 5 minutes left, 5 minutes 25 seconds left in the game, it wouldn't be surprised to see if another 2 points are scored for either York or LT at this point. Both teams being nearly evenly matched in their ability to play. Definitely going to see a lot of deciding factors come within the next 5 minutes.
York with it. LT with a quick turnover. No, they have it. So pass inside. Chance to take the lead. There's a shot and a score. LT has the lead.
Yep, as stated before, no surprise to see a lot of goals being scored in rapid succession as we're seeing with LT.
York with it. Passing it around, passing it inside. LT's not giving them very much to work with. York with the ball. Quick shot attempt coming there, and that is a score. York now brought it back to it within 1 after a little downslide.
Now, unlike the last game we saw with LT versus Mother McCullen, they've been able to actually reach the score of 6-6 a lot quicker than we saw in the last varsity game, which I think contributes to the amount of tactics they use, because we didn't really see much of an improvement during that game, but now we see that LT's been able to adapt to the situation a lot better.
York has it, a little bit of a scrum that was passed around a bit. There's a long pass moving inside. LT coming in where the takeaway they do. Long pass. So a little bit of a penalty there. LT will retain possession. It's a quick shot and a big save.
Great block on the part of York.
Substitutions for York coming in.
Nearly passes the wet pass on the part of number 15 for York.
3 minutes, 30 seconds left. York and LT tied at 6. York with it. Inside pass. LT comes away with it. LT passes it down. Quick pass inside. There's a shot up over the crossbar.
Overshot, unfortunately, for LT.
The York goalie with it. LT and York putting forward a bit. LT with a takeaway. They now have possession. Quit very, very deep pass. LT with it, getting in close.
Getting past York's defense.
It's a cross quick shot. Did not have the elevation on it. That looks like it could have gone in.
Well, in my opinion, it isn't necessarily elevation that gets you those points. More or less speed and angle of direction that the ball is actually thrown is what's been helping out York and LT getting those points. But more specifically LT, because that's the team that's taken a lot of those shots that roll off the water and make it in.
Shot just off the post. LT with it.
Deep pass, number 3.
Now LT has it moving in. Quick shot, turning around. Shot, oh, just off the post.
Nearly bounced right back into the goal.
And the go-ahead goal. LT now leads 7-6. 1 minute, 39 seconds left. York with the ball.
Seeing a lot of passing around, make sure that they get past LT's defense. Important, definitely an important strategy in this game.
LT with a quick turnover. Around. Teague pushing it inside. Quick pass up over.
Nearly gets in the goal, just missing it by a few inches.
And 1 minute left in the third period.
LT with the lead, 7 points. 55 seconds left on the clock. York 6. 16 seconds left on the shot clock.
A good block by LT's goalie. LT leads 7-6. 40 seconds left in the third period. LT pushing inside. There's a shot and a score. LT's now up by 2 with under 25 seconds left to go.
That is definitely going to make it very hard for York to get a lead above or tied with LT. But as we've seen in previous games, sometimes miracles happen. But with 20 seconds left on the clock, definitely don't see that happening for York at this time.
And LT now leads 8-6.
10 seconds left on the clock.
York with it, 5 seconds, 3. There's a shot that's wide. 2 seconds left. Long shot. Not quick enough nor far enough. We go to the fourth period with LT up by 2. You are watching LTTV. Hello, welcome back to the South Campus Pool House. LT is up over York by 2. Score is currently 8-6. Going into this final period, it's been a really up and down ride for each team. Kendall, what do you think are the important things to key in on as we get into this final frame?
Well, what LT and York have both been doing over the course of the last 4 periods is definitely working for them and able to get them those points that they need to get above each other or to make sure they maintain a position of having more points than the other team. So what they're going to need to do is make sure they just work more on with the strategy that they have because it's working for York and LT.
LT with the ball. Long pass. And a shot and a score. LT is now up by 3. Score is 9-6. 6 minutes 25 seconds left in the game.
And another thing to point out is when you're taking a shot in this game, I've been noticing that when the time in between the ball traveling in the air, there's a reaction time from the players that are near the goal, about a second, where there's an open opportunity when they're still turning around to make that shot if you get the ball quick enough, which if you observe closely when you see the shots being made, you can see a lot of.
York with a quick shot and a good save by LT. LT, the deep pass, now passing inside. York comes away with it though. York long pass. It's going to be picked off by LT. LT with the ball now getting in close to the goal.
Only one offensive player in enemy
There's
territory.
a shot, but that went too high.
I believe that situation kind of would have been averted if there was more defensive, offensive players that are close to York's goalposts, which is a problem that just kind of manages to creep up on both teams over the course of the game.
LT has the ball right now. They're going to be able to clear it, get into their offensive sets. LT with the ball, passing inside. Inside there's a shot and a good save. Looks like it was deflected by the York goalie. 4 minutes, 50 seconds left in the game. Score is 9-6 in favor of LT. York. It's a shot that was off. LT will take possession.
Yeah, it's definitely don't want to risk taking a shot center mass at the goalie, especially from that type of angle.
Deep pass. Is he looking to get inside? Quick pass. LT will keep possession. There's a shot and a score.
Putting LT 4 points ahead of York with a score of 10-6. 4 minutes, 15 seconds left on the clock. 30 seconds on the shot clock. 4th period.
Looks like York is going to want to talk this over. They're going to take a timeout. What do you think are the thought processes going down there in both of those huddles?
Well, for LT, it's going to need, like I've stated so many times throughout the game, maintaining their strategy, which has been working for them. But for York, it's definitely going to need to be on making sure that they prevent LT's offense from getting close to the goalposts, because they've been able to make those shots, and they have been good shots when they've been making, which has put them so far ahead of York, which may make it hard for them to catch up in quick enough time with only 4 minutes, 15 seconds left on the clock, because as we see in this game, points get scored for as quick as the game this goes. Points actually get scored not in as rapid succession as the pacing. So definitely something they're going to need to work on.
And, you know, we look at LT. They have a 4-point lead. They're up 10-6. Would you say that LT needs to really play more conservatively, consolidate what they have, and really just play it for the long haul, or would you think that they shouldn't stop attacking and continue to try to grow this lead?
Well, I'm sure any team would want to make sure that they take advantage of their lead so it go farther and further, because you never know. For a sport like this, a lot of the time there are teams able to make comebacks, and York, I'm sure, is willing to make that comeback to get over LT, which, as the time advances, is getting smaller and smaller for that circle of opportunity to make that advance on LT.
All right, well said. Both teams are getting back out into the pool, I should say. 4 minutes, 15 seconds. York's down by 4. Score is 10-6. Let's get ready to finish this game. York with the ball, moving inside. There's a quick pass, and it bounced off of the inside of the post back out. It's incredible. Haven't seen that too much.
Yeah, definitely. Seeing a lot of interesting things from half-court shots. Ball is going in slow enough to make it. And like we're just seeing now, the ball bouncing right off the goalpost.
LT moving inside, shot blocked. York with the ball. Seeing it back out. It was a great save. LT with the ball now. We'll pass it down. 2 minutes, 55 seconds. Pass inside, and they will give York the ball off of a penalty.
Deep pass nearly into enemy territory out of part of York.
Quick pass inside. They're going to give possession to York, passing it around. It's a shot up over the crossbar. 2 minutes, close to 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Now it is LT with possession. And they look to close this out. LT passing inside. There's a shot, doesn't quite fall.
2 minutes, 5 seconds left on the clock. The amount of time that York needs to gain an advance in LT slowly disappearing as they make more advances towards LT's territory to get those crucial points that they're going to need if they ever have any chance of tying at this point.
York passing inside. LT is giving them a tough time. 1 second left on the shot clock.
Great catch on the
will
part of
take
LT.
possession. Long pass. LT's practically right in front of the goal. York with possession now. 1 minute, 25 seconds left in the game. York needs to get 4 goals. If it's going to start, it's going to start now.
Yes, York definitely does not have time to be making too quick of decisions on where they're going to shoot, which is going to lead them to take more of those long shots because that takes less time to get closer to the goal. And those are definitely the more risky shots that York's going to be taking. So for what they want to do, they want to take especially close attention to make sure their goalie is able to take a long shot deep in enemy territory in a quick enough way for them to score those points in a rapid enough succession to gain an advantage in LT, which is slowly dissipating as the time winds down the clock. Only 1 minute, 6 seconds left. Very small chance of York winning at this point.
Well, we would say it's a small chance. Obviously, stranger things have happened in the world of sports. If York is going to pull this out, what, in your opinion, would they need to do?
Yeah, like the strategy that I've been recommending that kind of occurs that they make sure that they take those long shots down court or down the pool where they're able to quickly get it past the defense or close enough to where the defense isn't that big of a problem so that they're able to take a shot at close range because the long shots is really what's kind of killing them because they don't necessarily have the accuracy to make each one as goal because they have been able to make those shots, but just right now it does not seem like the best strategy they need to take.
Yeah. LT trying to keep their lead. York trying to close the deficit and come home with an improbable win. Let's see what happens. We've got 1:06 left. LT is up by 4. Score is 10-6. Both teams filtering back out into the pool. LT's goalie is standing up pretty far from the net. Looks like LT's going to start out with possession. LT with the ball. Pushing in. York has possession. York
45 seconds left on the clock.
under a minute, yeah, 40 seconds left, 15 seconds left on the shot clock. Every second they waste, it's making it even less possible that York is going to win this.
Yeah, so I can definitely see why they're taking those long shots, make sure that they reduce the amount of time that they're actually spending passing and getting closer to the goal and just taking that shot. So if that's a strategy that's going to serve them well at this point, they are definitely going to need to work on having the right angling, making sure that the goalie's in the right position for them to get past the goalie. So that's what's going to work for York for at least catching up to about 8 points.
36 seconds left. I'd say that if they can't score one by the time it gets down to, let's say, 28, then this game will be pretty over by that point.
Excellent point to make. That is a strategy that York is definitely going to need to work on.
Looks like the York coach and the referee are talking something over. One of the refs is at the scorer's table. I want to talk something over, all right.
So in your opinion, how do you think this game is going to end?
Well, I mean, I'd say that at this point, it looks like they've added some seconds back on the clock.
Definitely that is going to save York, give them a lot more time to catch up, maybe even get them close to 8 points by the time that it gets back to 45 seconds,
Yeah,
if they play the cards right.
I'd say that if this ends up in anything, so if this ends up in anything other than an LT win, I'd be very surprised. I'd say this would be a crushing blow to LT. It's like that 1:06 is gonna stand. This is a very big boon for York right now.
Yeah, definitely the morale of their players is lifted as they begin to have more higher hopes for them getting up on the opponent of LT.
York has the ball. Penalty. Looks like they're going to talk it over again. It's like another timeout.
Maybe convene a bit more on the amount of time they have left or any theories as to what they're going to be talking about or what's going to happen.
Well, they're obviously talking about their strategies right now. So they got like they got 30 seconds back on the clock, which is huge for them. York definitely wants to take this time and make sure that whatever strategy they put out, they want to make sure that they put out the right one. Again, we have a minute and 1 second in
York
this game.
with 6, LT with 10 in the fourth period.
York filtering back out into the pool, and we have a minute and 1 second left to decide this game. York will start out with the ball. Quick pass.
With as condensed as that goal is, probably going to be a bit difficult for York to get past it.
Now at 50 seconds. Closing in on 49 and a save, and that could very well do it.
Yep. That
Now
may
under
just
40 seconds, all they really need to do is hold on for the duration of the shot clock and then just throw something towards the goal.
Yeah, LT is definitely their main goal at this point of the game, is maintaining their position that they have, not necessarily scoring, which I'm sure is something that they're going to try. But at this point, they're basically comfortable at the position that they are, with York behind by so many points.
There's a shot. One is blocked, but a little bit too late to do anything now. LT blocks, and they will just hold on.
Yeah, LT's goalie definitely showing that she has the amount of determination to get past it.
And
that concludes our game.
That was the end of the fourth period. LT and York had a great game.
Yeah,
LT came out on top 10-6. Kendall, any closing thoughts?
Yeah, well, that was definitely an interesting game. We saw a lot of the gameplay, how both teams reacted to each other, and what strategies actually had helped them to gain the advantage over each other. Because for a large portion of the game, we saw the amount of points they scored teetering between York winning for a majority of the time and LT having that one lead, and that happening in between the two opponents for the duration of the first 3 periods. But then we kind of saw in the third that LT catching up steadily, and then in the fourth definitely cementing their position on top. So that's definitely what we have seen during the duration of this game.
All right, very well said, Kendall. For myself, Stephen Barhorst, and Kendall Collinson, for all the crew here at LTTV. We wish you a very good night, and we will catch you next time.